as extortionators. Is that how you pronounce it? Extortionators? Extortioners. What's going on in collective energy? Karmic and collective energy spirit, Jesus, thank you. Let me know what's going on. Karmic and collective energy. What is going on? Since I had to remove a hacker from my phone, or from my account, and the thing about it is the same PC that keeps coming up. I also believe it's the same PC that's been stealing shit, trying to attack me purely to keep their little secrets. Well, guess what? Secrets out. Makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires, you have failed. How's the karma? How's your karma? Bitch ass. Ooh. They're just mad you didn't take the bait, collective. But I'd forgotten it. They were saving the best for last. And yet, they still failed. In trying to humiliate and destroy another person, you just exposed yourself. They just exposed their true identity. All of them. And what's quite funny is I bumped into someone that I've not seen for a really long time. And the thing is, it's happened before. I thought I've seen some more. I thought I recognized someone. And purely because there have been times where I'm sure it's happened to quite a few of us, where it has been like mistaken identity. So had a good conversation. It was nice. I was with my my daughter and my beautiful grandbaby. My beautiful grandbaby. Now why is that upside down? That's been happening a lot lately. Cars have been coming up, even though I put them all back in its slot the right way round. So we do know that it's the same people. Same people, different day. Desperate and struggling, sleepless nights. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, ask that you put a shield of protection around me. I ask for clear, precise, accurate messages for my subscribers. I ask that anything other than the highest form of white light or the highest form of truth, we return it back to the darkness where it belongs. Any projections return to sender 1,000 folds. Ooh. 4 of Pentacles. Oh. Yeah, I've done this for myself, but I've not. Ooh, somebody's burdened. Oh, dearie me. So, somebody's world has just flipped upside down, basically. The star has illuminated the shadows of the moon. Lies are being exposed and uncovered as we speak, which is a lot of people are losing their shit by the looks of things. And the way I see it is perfect, actually. Oh, so someone never got their wishes. So somebody was wishing for something that was clearly unobtainable. They thought they could obtain these things with all their dirty magic, but the moon card came out with the star card. That says a lot. So not only is a star rising at the same time, certain people are being unmasked, illusions are being obliterated. Some of you have some, well, not some of you, I would just say the karmics are in emotional turmoil. They've been hiding unseen the depths of their despair. Ooh, not good. But for the collective, you're healing. You've kept up hope. You've kept your faith, which is good. Keep it up. So basically, their wishes are not being fulfilled. Whatever they planned it's not happening. It's literally not happening. So whatever wishes they tried to make under the last full moon for emotional and material fulfillment, they ain't getting. Oops. Which has burdened them to the Ten of Wands. They're feeling overburdened, weary. They lack determination. They lack direction. They lack hope. I'm also getting a lot of people are terrified about going to jail. Some of you may not even make it to jail, I'm being honest. There's a lot of you out there that are sick. Who knew? Well, we knew. Spirit, spirit, spirit. I love my ancestors. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, ancestors. They're being very overly cautious. It's like they feel as though, well, not they feel as though. I'm telling you, people know, but you're in some type of illusion that people don't know, or the collective are unaware. We know you've been hacking and cloning phones, but let's just say everything you feel that hasn't been seen has been revealed with the moon card. Because the star card has illuminated all the shadows. You might be scrimping and scraping to try and keep certain things hidden. Your deepest, darkest secrets. Let's just say this: the lengths you took to distort, extort, expose, humiliate, defame, lie on, slander, steal from, plagiarize. And what have we really got to show for it? Nothing but embarrassment and incurable STDs and poverty. Poverty, jail, and a coffin is what I'm getting. Yeah. Maybe not all in that order, but that's the end result, in all honesty. Whilst everything that you wanted, everything that you didn't want the collective to have, they're going to have that in abundance. That's your karma. The fact that we live to tell the tale, the fact that we're still living and breathing, the fact that you people use the same MO, you thought this was going to be your big one. Well, I've got news for you. It definitely wasn't. And it never will be. So you're trying to, you're penny pinching. Some of you have taken out loans you can't pay back. Some of you are having things repossessed. Some of you are homeless. Ooh, look at that. Also on the bottom, Ace of Swords. Ooh. I wonder where that came from. The truth's out. Let's just say that. You can't stop the truth from being out. Or the forging, falsifying, illegally surveillancing. Oh, that flew out, man. I like it. Ooh, okay. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. What did I say? Oh, I told you. You wasn't able to stop anybody's transformation. No, not at all. You was expecting to be receiving some good news, but you're receiving disappointing news, even further still regarding a child. And maybe a child that you might find out is not yours, possibly, or maybe a child you sacrificed for abundance, which you didn't get. There's a possible, or there could be a investigation into that, seeming as you couldn't set up certain individuals that you'd like to. You're now quarreling, you're living in misery. A lot of you are going through very harsh separations, bust up. There's chaos in the karmic camp. Let's just say that. There is karma. No, there is chaos in the karmic camp. Oh dear. You was able to maintain balance with the temperance card. It's like a never-ending train of healing of some sort, of some form, of in some, well, not some actually. Let's be real. All aspects. All aspects. I mean, you all thought you would attack every angle of certain individuals' lives to try and stop them from being financially stable. The same energy you try to force onto others is actually now been thrown into your own existence. Oh, have the mighty have fallen. You're being forced to transform. Whether you do or not is entirely up to them. But this can't be stopped. You're going through major changes. Good, bad, or indifferent. What about the collective spirit? Ooh, ooh, ooh. So you were trying to send us energy of being stuck in your head, mental distress. That's in the reverse. So that's actually the same thing I said in that everything you wanted for the collective is now your experience. But you're experiencing it, I would say, tenfold. Yeah. Probably more than tenfold because for a lot of you, these return to senders are literally going to obliterate you at this point, at this level. But yet, do you still choose to torture yourself watching our happiness and our achievements, and the fact that you were trying to stop our celebrations, or even us celebrating ourselves, our own accomplishments, achievements, and that failed epically. We should have known better. Ooh, thank you, High Priestess. Oh my days! Look at that. The High Priestess to the Hierophant to the Ten of Pentacles. Do you know what I call that? I call that divine alignment. She's walking on sunshine. Absolutely walking on sunshine. Although they never got what it was they was looking for. I need to check on my hot chocolate in a minute. We all know that the High Priestess, what she entails, she's very intuitive. She hides, well, she doesn't hide, she governs the secrets of the universe. She's now tapping into her unexplored potential. Along with the Hierophant, her values, she's a wise person. She provides guidance to all. She's not biased, she's loved. Dearly loved by the divine. Some of you are about to receive your inheritance that some family members have been fighting over. Some of you have new love coming in. Good for you. But there is a community that's going down, going to jail. Whoever's planning to take themselves out, I wouldn't advise it because it's going to backfire. That is your plan. The King of Swords in reverse, the King of Wands in the upright. I believe the King of Swords is just an evil or a corrupted cop, someone in uniform. That could be any solicitor, could be a court clerk, it could be, I don't know, private investigator. Someone's in trouble. Someone's been exposed or been caught out in some sort of lie, possibly by a King of Wands, someone of stature, someone that can be a bit brash with their words, but they're honest, they're diplomatic, they don't take sides, they see every aspect. They look for the higher perspective in any given situation for the best outcome for everyone involved. Very selfless, but at the same time, very dynamic. That's good. I like that. That sounds like real sexy. You. For a lot of you, you turned your back on a lot of bullshit from certain individuals. Oh, celebration's over. Okay. The Eight of Cups. Some of you's abandoning whatever plots and plans you had, whilst the rest of you probably still think that you can carry it out. I wouldn't advise it. You're emotionally unfulfilled. Some of you's being very abusive at this present moment in time. You've lost all happiness. Your friends are turning on you. Your multiple lovers are fighting. Some of them's like ditched you basically. Oops. Never mind. The King of Cups. Some of you have a King of Cups and possibly a King of Pentacles coming in. I see a few. I'm being honest. Some of them from the past. One is from the present, but someone that you haven't. Well, you have met already in the 5D. This is what they've been trying to block. Someone that's very creative, warm and thoughtful, caring. Maybe they have some type of creative profession. I'm not quite sure. But yeah. Someone of high stature. Or somebody that possibly had a lot of illusions. Oh my days. The Ace of Wands just come out. Oh, so you guys thought you had the power, or you thought you held some type of power. For the rest of you, you've handled this situation. You walked away from, you turned your back to these fighting, the attacks. You never bothered to lower your standards to acknowledge or even respond to the BS going on behind closed doors. Even though we know none of these people would be brave enough to say any of these things to your face because clearly they're lying. I need to just go and quickly check on my Kakai. Is it Kakai or cocoa? My new organic cocoa before it before it spills. Tastes pretty nice. It's like same shit, different day. I think a lot of these people was more like Coven affiliated. And what did I do with that? I am always... Oh, there it is. Oh, that's great. What else do we need to know? With this overall karmic energy, I think it's in a long time coming, I suppose. Queen of Wands in the upright, the Queen of Wands and the Three of Wands. Oh, so basically we've completed our task. Chin chin. And the Queen of Wands in the upright. So she's in her rightful place. Kind, thoughtful, sensitive, loving, caring. But definitely not stupid. Has boundaries. Nine of Pentacles. We've got the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, looky here, looky here. You're about to, or you have, you're going to about to receive some financial success, stability, basically material security. 9 of Wands in reverse. Somebody's down. They're worn out. I don't think they can go on any longer. I wonder why. I wonder why. Woo! Somebody's world's falling apart because the tower's in the reverse. So you wanted someone else's world to crumble. Excuse me. Everything you wished for the collective is now your reality, basically. So whatever, you're in poverty. Whatever BS you did to obtain whatever wealth, whether it be manipulating, lying, stealing, impersonating, copying, that's been exposed. You thought was going to be able to steal someone else's gift. You're not getting it. You thought you was going to be successful with your attempts and your plans. You had plans to share it out amongst whoever. That's not happening. So you're actually in debt. You're in poverty. You're in poverty as we speak. Your attempts to 10 of Swords, a Earth Angel, has left you with nothing but disappointment, despair, and an end to that cycle of your failed plans. Whoa, what webs these people weave, collective. 8 of Pentacles in the upright. You've been offered a new job, some sort of money-making venture from your existing talents to the real person who actually did the work, which will lead to your 2 of Cups that they also tried to steal. This important union is actually to help bring things into balance and is actually divinely orchestrated. So this is, for some of you, it's a new divine counterpart. For those of you that wanted to reconcile with a old counterpart, if that was what you wanted, then that's what God deems. Obviously, we have free will, but I would remind you to choose wisely. And if in doubt, pray it out, and you will surely get the answers you receive. I'll just say that. Anything else here about this current situation? This current really quick shift in energy. especially like mood wise. So a fake Queen of Cups in the reverse has been laid to rest. Mhm. I think the collective are feeling are in the energy like they're getting bored with like same people, same shit, different day. It's kind of giving me the energy of, ain't you got nothing new? No, they haven't. That's what low vibrational people do. That sold their soul. The devil's come to collect. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear me. The devil has come to collect. Some of you is about to receive some good news. We're going to be offered a new position. Some of you may be probably getting something work related to do with a child, maybe a cheerful child that maybe, or it could be a past of a child in the spirit that's been helping you. That's if you've had a miscarriage. So those of you, anybody that has had a miscarriage, then my condolences. Honestly, I understand what that feels like. Whether it was done divinely orchestrated, so any rejection is God's protection, or for some of you, it was due to spell work. Some of you, it was due to physical abuse and the stress you was being deliberately put under by a very nasty third party, is what I'm getting. I'm not a very nice person at all. A very nasty third party who, in actual fact, was actually spreading a lot of malicious lies which have been uncovered. And it's really funny because I'm getting that this person slandered you to the whole community, turned people against you, but everything she said you were, she was actually describing her own attributes. And I just heard, ooh, how the mighty have fallen. Yeah, she placed herself on some type of pedestal, but yet, though, I'm being told she's had the whole town, both sexes too. She's had the whole town. And for some of you, you may be finding out that a child is not yours. And also, I'm getting a false pregnancy. Or maybe that's a stunt that someone's pulled to try and keep another individual. It happens. People do some crazy things that are unhinged. It's really sad. I just pray they get the help they need. And hopefully, if they do, or if God makes them go through the dark night of the soul, they will see the error of their ways. But either way, they can no longer keep up with the vile level of behavior. For some of them, they're too far gone. They've done too much. And especially when it concerns children that are innocent. For some of you, there's some karmics that have not been looking after their children, so I believe social services is involved. I'm also getting they never wanted the children in the first place. They literally have these children with the use of spell work in order to trap people and to get money. Who does that? I've never heard of such madness in my life. Who has children just from? I don't get that. I really don't understand. Children are meant to be born out of love, but clearly, if you have to bore a child through spell work, I'm being honest, you're going to end up with a karmic child or a child with problems. And if you're not looking after that child and you're only bearing that child just to trap people or to extort money out of another individual, that's not going to end well for you. Those of you that have done love spells on people and getting somebody in domestic violence situations, walk away. You understand? I don't think anybody in their right mind should stay in an abusive relationship to something they don't be on their own. I've experienced that. The only difference is I was stupid enough to keep forgiving people Yet though they will still continue to do the same thing over and over again till that it comes a point where you have to either choose your life. Do you understand? Or go and pick a cotton. Not sorry. Going where am I getting that from? Oh, so somebody wanted to enslave someone, like had them doing all the work, but yet they're the owners reaping the rewards. That's what I'm kind of getting. Someone wants to be taken as a slave. They're trying to make a slave out of somebody. I have no idea who this message is for, but that's not good. That's not good. Someone has just lost the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh. So if he was doing magic to obtain this Ace of Pentacles, or he was doing it to steal it from somebody else, maybe because you've done these things in the past, not anymore. Not anymore. I think people have caught on to the MO, especially the way our people are falling sick around certain individuals. Or what I'm getting is, the minute a particular individual comes around certain energies or or certain other individuals, shit goes left or they start to lose things. Do you understand? Or they just end up with bad luck. For some of you, I'm getting you're awakened, or you've been enlightened to the dark clouds that certain people carry. But then project it. Yes, I told you this is the truth. Ace of Swords. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. So some of you thought with all that you've been doing, you was going to get some forward movement, some type of triumph over attacking innocent people and sacrificing children and siphoning the energy from children also. You've been, I just heard, you've been stopped dead in your tracks. The message you was waiting for, ooh, that's kind of blown up in your face. I know. I don't mean to lie, I was laughing at the fact of the Ace of Swords, the way that Ace of Swords came out. That's the sword of the truth. Do you know what I mean? But for a lot of you, you've been speaking this truth for a while. They've put you through so much adversity, yet though they never anticipated your sheer inner strength and your mental clarity. And for a lot of you, they didn't believe that you had a very high intuitive gift. For a lot of you, you can foresee events instantly. You ain't got to do no magic or take any kind of substance to tap in. Do you know what I mean? Every element works through you. And I've kind of been getting that as well, because you know something, not trying to be funny. I went to throw the bins out, yeah. And I'm on the first floor. And I could hear conversations on the third floor, but they must have been inside their property. When it wasn't really open, like wide or anything like that. But it's like I could hear the vibration of someone having a conversation, but it literally sounded like it was coming from behind me. So I spun around thinking, hold on a minute, what's going on? Do you know what I mean? And then I realized I've looked up and seen where it was coming from. But then I thought to myself, why did I hear that so loud and potent? Like it was me engaging in this conversation with whoever it was they were speaking to. Things like that. I hear people's telephones ringing, and I think it's mine, and it's not even my phone. But this person's at a distance from me. Do you know what I mean? You look around and see someone at a distance, looking at their phone before they answer it, but you heard the phone ringing. Little things like that I've noticed. You get more stares as well. Like even this morning, I was walking to the shop this morning as I was going to my group, and there was a lady with her little baby, cute little baby. I wasn't really looking at the baby, but this little baby kept bending her neck to look at me, so I smiled and waved to the little baby, and it's like the baby was playing peekaboo with me. She kept shrugging her face into her mum's neck and then peeping her head back up and smiling. I was like, oh, do you know what it is? She can sense energy. Babies sense energy like that. So however they respond to you, that tells you that individual that's around you. Point blank period. So yeah, we have the Ace of Cups. Someone's just lost a relationship. There's no happy home for them, or they've just lost a home. They thought they was gonna get some type of new start. They're not. That was meant to bring them some type of fulfillment and happiness. No, it's not happening. I'm afraid to say. And it's not something I would even laugh at. Even though these people laughed at the collective when he was attacking us and this, that, and the third, we ain't gonna laugh at you. You ain't even worth the energy of laughing. Clearly, we're built from a different cloth. I just think it's sad that people are so unhappy with their own existence that instead of them doing the work to make those changes, knowing that God will give it to you instantly, once you put yourself in alignment, you get everything you want. But then you get other people that want instant gratification, like these karmics that have done whatever it takes by any means necessary. I kept hearing. I understand that the Most High kept certain things from us because it was that horrific and that heinous, the type of things you've done towards us, all for you to still lose anyway. Now that is something you have to live with, and you will. There's not an option now. So if the Ace of Wands is in reverse for them, that must mean whatever you've stolen will be receiving back tenfold. That probably explains why you've put people in fake marriages, hiding fraudulent documents in order to keep up your facade of extortion. But I promise you, you will be paying back everything you stole, whether you give it back physically or my ancestors take it back in blood. Either way, your time has come. Oh, and we got the devil on the bottom in the reverse. So for some of you, you was literally up against the devil. You was up at, or people that was, I'm just going to say it like this, you was up against the devil. Point blank period. You was up against the devil. Now the Knight of Swords is in the upright, which tells me one of two things. The upright is a good thing, I believe, but it could possibly be a fraudster pretending to be some type of knight in shining armor, coming in to spill some type of selective information. Nobody cares. Nobody's interested. That's just my opinion. I can only speak for myself. Whatever anybody else chooses to do is up to you. But for me, or how could freeze over? Never gonna happen. For some of you, these people set multiple traps. And they never once fell in. For some of you, they've been watching your routine. They want to have you jumped or have you attacked in some way, shape, or form. And I believe the day that they was planning some type of attack, either you didn't go out at the usual times that you usually would, because I noticed for a lot of you were very consistent. We have like a routine. But I do know a lot of us was guided to just change our routine. And it's really funny how it was just instance. Whereas for some of us, I can put my hand up to that too. I don't like changing my routine because I like things planned. Do you know what I mean? So when I have to change it erratically, it messes up anything else I had planned that makes any sense. And I don't like that. Yeah, but that was for your own protection. They was planning some type of violent acts towards you. I'm getting. For some of you, they even tried to send people to your home. But for whatever reason, Mother Nature had other ideas, or Mother Nature stepped in for you. Mother Gaia, so to speak. For a lot of you, trying to send back old people you may have used with, or when you was in addiction, I noticed that strategically certain people that was close to you, and you have still tried to help, even though you've like kept your distance, but they was like being bribed to come in a lot more, or trying to approach you a lot more. So for a lot of you, they wanted you back in some type of codependent energy, whether it be addiction, alcohol, prescription pain, prescription medication, or just even low vibrational relationships. And you didn't have a bar of it. Anybody that didn't last long. Do you know what I mean? You woke up to that shit instantly and put that shit to rest. Do you understand? You're still on your word. You still have point blank period. Ain't nothing gonna change there. For a lot of you, you realize your worth, and that's not gonna change. So for some people, they're at a stalemate, and I'm not sure what they mean in that sense. I think it means in the sense of people that know they should apologize and take accountability, but for the most narcissistic ones of all, they don't want to admit guilt because they know by admitting guilt, it's just going to rain down or open the floodgates of karma for them. So they're trying to dodge it right about now. But at some point, there's no escaping it. For a lot of you, you know you're going to jail. And I said this about a month ago. Remember, there's two options in it. Yep, see it there? Again, it's come out again. Devil in the reverse. For some of you, you was actually laying down with the devil because this person was invoking that devil to try and infiltrate your etheric vessel, basically. For a lot of you, you got the Four of Wands here. There's some of you planning have been thinking about taking a holiday. Someone's going to get proposed to, or someone's already making marriage plans. Congratulations! Whoever it is, congratulations. I like things like that. That's really nice. At least you can see that, considering what you had to endure for how long. For some of you, it's been your whole life. For some of you, you've only just awoke to it now, but obviously you've had to heal from the harsh realization that all the things you've experienced were strategically forced into your reality for a reason, to keep you at a low vibrational state, so that you could basically fund a community. And I said it, a community. Imagine how come one person's end that this, do you know what? That should tell you how powerful you are. The fact that the amount of people that was manifesting off of your energy from people that betrayed you, that was love bombing you, when really the only intentions they had was to have sex with you, and then they was going to steal your energy and suck you dry. That was the plan. They wanted to suck you dry and leave you dead and desolate. I heard dead and desolate. But now you're making super fast progress. There's been a lot of delays. I wouldn't say delays. I just think God just slowed you down a little bit, because for some of you, you've just been non-stop, and I can put my hand up to that, even though, which is why I kind of like slowed down on the posts and the lives, purely because I come to realize that obviously my account was hacked because there was a PC attached to my account, which I don't have TikTok on a PC. So clearly, whoever you are, you're going to jail, because now that digital trail is being added to the list of investigators. Better believe that one. And you might think you can delete shit whatever you was doing on there. No, you can't. You're forgetting. You might think because you work for these little coven members and you think they can get things right. That's what they tell you. Do you understand? To keep your ass quiet. But when they're ready to make somebody the scapegoat, trust and believe, you're top of the list. I promise you that one. So expect it. And I also said, if you look back at my lives, that the same people you work with are the same people that are going to make you the sacrifice in order to keep their little coven under wraps. That's why they keep trying to offer bribes. And I've had a few fake ass people on my profile saying that they're from the Illuminati. Like, how are really going to fall for that? It's like, why do you always judge people by the same standards? Don't you think that's the same? It's the color of our skin. But other than that, we are not the same. Trust and believe in that. You don't even need to believe in it, because the proof's in the pudding. He was hoping for some. This is the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So he was expecting some positive outcome. This could be involving a young person, or you had young people involved in this. That's backfired also. There will be no positive outcome at all. We have the Seven of Pentacles in the upright. Some of you have been recognized and you're going to be rewarded for your good work and your patience. For a lot of you, there's been a court situation going on, so you are going to be getting what's rightfully yours. And all these people that have engaged in this RICO crime, because that's really what it is. That's really what it is. The extortion, the identity theft, falsifying documents, this, that, and the third. Do you understand? Filing fake reports. Also getting fake medical records to continue the false narrative you've been pushing has all come to a head. Let's just say that. So there's going to be, by the looks of things, a lot of people going to jail. Some of you are going back to, or thinking about higher education maybe, or you applied for some type of higher education and maybe it was rejected because of your financial status. That was also a setup, because basically they hacked your phone. So anything you applied for, these people was contacting these organizations and paying whoever inside this establishment, either not even to file your application or to reject you. Mad, I know. And the mad thing is about that one, they was using the same money they stole from you to pay these people and bribe them. I like the Sun card in the upright. You know, God said to you, if you continue on this path of the unknown, you will come to success, happiness. You're already in good health, and you will be happily married. They can't be taken away from you. And you know what else is funny? I'll give you a little story. There's a friend I have in the shops, and every time I come in there, that's just a nickname that they've given me. They call me their ray of sunshine. Funny that, isn't it? And they call me their ray of sunshine. But yet then you've got these very bitter, jealous people that are just hateful of their own self. That's why they like to project onto others. That try to call you the devil. Yeah, they sure did. So yeah, they call me their ray of sunshine. Which I just think is quite sweet and endearing. Whoops. Yeah, they're fighting. Ooh. Damn. They wasn't able to maintain any kind of balance. Now their life is completely out of balance. And it's out of balance in every area of their life. Ooh. So they're getting everything slapped at them at once. Not good. But that's what they wish for us. For some of you, that's exactly what they put you through. Do you know what I mean? But you breezed for it. You made it look so easy that I think this made these people even more angrier. Now they're fighting. Obviously, you're going to have competition, but there is no competition. They can't compete where they never compare. For some of you, you've got someone that's literally mimicking everything you do. And they're actually hiding at this present moment in time because they know now that the whole community are fully aware that this person is just jealous. Always have been. I'll also say that for some of you, Empress is on the bottom. For some of you, the these little groups that have been grouping up together for this attack, the Wheel of Fortune just came out. Then now some of you now come to the realization that it was either one individual or a couple that have been deliberately keeping their medical status hidden. So they've literally been deliberately spreading around an STD, which I believe a lot of you have caught, and it's only now that a few of you might have like spoken in private about it because you all slept with the same person. And I know that a lot of you people, well, most of you people are in long-term partnerships, and you have not you, and you are in marriages. Definitely, that's not good. Now that is diabolical. That is really diabolical. Yeah, the Empress. I was the Empress card on the bottom, and it literally just came out. That's some magic, isn't it? So we've got the Ten of Cups. Told you. We are content. We will be in a committed and contentful love and a happy home life. So basically, someone's coming in that they've been trying to block. They can no longer block this person from coming in. He or she is coming. Ain't nothing gonna stop them. So you're actually you're emanating in the Empress energy at this minute. You're not only nurturing yourself, you're nurturing everybody else around you to your full potential. Oh, that's so beautiful. You literally have this motherly marital energy about you. It's like it just comes natural. You would never think to look at you, you've been through what you've been through. That's what I get from that. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Told you, you've just stepped into your new cycle, you've embraced it. And now your fortune's about to change. The progress has already started. I know a lot of people's going to be stalking you to see when certain things are going to land to you. So you're being guided to not say anything. And that's probably explains why these people decided to hack and clone your account again. Because it's really funny how this is like the fourth or fifth time since July of last year that I've not only had to change my console, change my number. In fact, this is the fifth time I've changed my number. Literally. And I never gave it to anybody. This is how I know that it was my own bloodline that did it. I saw a particular family member that I thought I could trust, but it was a test because now I know. Do you understand? And I've called judgment on you already. It's only a matter of time before your name's revealed. And I hope you're proud of yourself. Why? Because he offered you some money to be able to send your daughter to university that otherwise would have never have been able to be fulfilled. And you sold out. Was it really worth it? It was a bit obvious because it's a new number. But yet, though, they were still able to obtain it that quick. Make that make sense. The same demon hiding in the Facebook chat. I mean, not the Facebook chat, sorry, the YouTube chat. I would even say count down your days. The clock's ticking. Count down the hours. The clock is ticking. So you bounce from one platform to the next, stalking. So So let me see. So the fact that you hacked this is like you pay whoever it is you're paying to hack my shit the same way by getting hold of my phone number to make it more easier for you to access it so that you can then go through my phone and see who I'm talking to and secretly watch me in the privacy of my own home. You're violating my human rights blatantly, and I want you prosecuted. Period. You have no right. So you want to steal pictures out my phone, but yet they'll stand in the community and act like we've been in some sort of communication, and that's a barefaced lie. That's why you call me from fake numbers. This is why you subscribe to me from fake accounts. Because you know exactly that I know who you are. So if we're having this great communication, why is it only one-sided then? Why are you doing it from fake accounts? Why are you pretending to be someone else? Putting my picture on dating websites to try and portray as though I'm some type of prostitute. No, that's your Jezebel. And that explains why you have incurable STDs. So whoever you was out there catfishing, trying to use my pictures and my likeness and my information, you will be prosecuted for that. You will be held accountable for that. I promise you. If it's the last thing that happens before I take my last breath on this earth, I promise you. Either way, karmically or through the judicial system, you will get judgment. I put my life on that. And I'm saying that for all the other people you've done this to that are not here to be able, they're not even here to tell their story. Well, guess what? They speak through me. Can I get some chakra energy spirit, please, and thank you. Let me see what chakras the collective is at. Or if there's any one of our chakras we need to pay attention to, because I do also know you've been attacking our chakras as well. And you've been relentlessly trying to harvest our sexual energy through the astral realm. And I still kicked your ass. What, you really think you can jump me in the spiritual realm and my angel's going to allow that? They're not. So you think that you can come to me in a different form and pretend to be somebody else like I'm that stupid? No, boo-boo. Trying to come begging like a thief in the night. Disgusting. So I can only imagine the amount of people you've done that to. Because this is what people like you do. You've been doing it your whole life. And it's really funny, these same people that want to have so much control over another individual's life, you've never done a day's hard work in your actual, in fact, you've never even had a job in your whole life. You made extorting, pimping, and sacrificing of individuals, that was your job description. And guess what? My ancestors are taking all of it back in blood if they have to. Mark my words. Holy Spirit, can I get some chakra wisdom tarot for the collective, please? And thank you. Karmic and collective energy. Tell us what we need to know, not what we want to know. I also thank you for putting the shield of protection around me and the collective. Anything other than clear and precise, accurate messages. I actually send it back into the darkness. I declare and decree these things with the power of my sovereignty. Amen. Look at that. The Sun card, the Temperance. Ooh. This King of Cups looks really angry. It was kind of backwards, but kind of to the side. So I have to just take it as it is. And you got the... I do know that it's like a violet color. I wouldn't say purple. Oh, this is the universe. It's a universal color, basically. And then we got a root chakra color, which is red. That's the temperance card. And then we got the sun card, which is purple. So that's spirit. So that's, you got to speak up. This is the message. The message is, no matter how much darkness you're in, you got to do the work to let the sun in. You can never keep the sun out. That's what I'm getting. Let me get two more. Even out a little bit. Can I get two more from spirit? Oh, damn. I barely got a chance. Oh, shoot. I like this. You got the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, the Ace of Cups. The Moon in the reverse. All illusions have been broken. Broken. The illusions have been broken. So to the Most High. The illusions have been broken. The illusions have been broken. So said the Most High. Oh, I like this. We've got two minor arcanas and we have four major arcanas. I like this. I literally do. So we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups in the reverse. What I'm getting for the King of Cups. Oh yeah, someone's volatile. Yeah. So you've got a King of Cups in the reverse, which is an alcoholic, very volatile, punitive, very irrational, with no empathy. Your seventh chakra is blocked. Wherever the King of Cups is in the reverse, I think all the chakras are blocked, but I think the heaviest one that's affected is his ascension chakra. Like he doesn't want to ascend in his consciousness. He loves the darkness. So this is somebody that's been doing this lifetimes. They actually like doing this. They made this emotional agreement and they chose to keep reincarnating, doing the same thing over and over again, like they don't care. They thrive in this, and that's a bit twisted. They thrive in this type of toxicity. That's madness. Emotional support is not their strength because that's what they take from others. They siphon that from others. They don't create their own dreams, they steal it from others. This is an extremely nasty person. And I believe he's been unmasked. I believe he's been put on a facade for so long. I think people are going to be more shocked at the fact that he's been fooling you for all this time. And only now his true colors have shown. It's like he couldn't keep it contained. Do you know what I just heard? Evil at its finest. Ooh! Ancestors, evil at its finest. Wow. And do you know what? That's not my terminology. I wouldn't say something like this. So this is not my words. Evil at its finest. Oh, damn. Yeah, like any kind of emotional support. They're not loyal. They're not amorous. The only person they protect is their self. They don't care about fairness. They want people to have adoration for them, but yet, though, that's not what they emulate. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Because growing up, I never believed that the world was this evil. Boy, did I have a rude awakening to that one. Then we have the Ace of Cups in the upright. You loved yourself. I'm getting. You was fully committing to all the love you was putting into others that never reciprocated it. Do not put it into yourself. And that's what bringing you abundance. When the Most High told you to cut off certain things, you never even questioned it. Wow. Yeah, you have to work on grounding your root chakra for you to see any results, before you to be able to form any kind of vision. But the first vision you had was the love for yourself, to pour into yourself the way you poured into others. And you realize the minute you did that, shit changed. Wow. Your spirituality is exhilarating. You're devoted to fidelity. And I know others are trying to influence you, or of course try and take you off your path or sway you back into those old cycles, but you're not stupid. Just remember, you have the choice. You hold the power. They have no power over you. Do you understand? I get that they wanted you to feel like that with the attacks that they've been putting against all of us, but some of us have been relentlessly attacked more than others. Like, we've been targeted on some different scales, literally. Today, they even got people in the police force on payroll. So when you report any of these crimes after you've left the station, they don't even file it. And this is why it's taken so long for it to be investigated. But what I will say is, the ones you filed online, that kickstarted shit. Because then they can go back to around about those same dates and times, or around about that time scale, and also see, because remember, all police stations are cameraed up. So they're going to see you coming in that station. So whoever you spoke to that didn't follow nothing through, they got some serious answers to be answered to. I promise you that. A lot of them have some answers they got answered to. They weren't ready for that one. Then we got the moon in the reverse. Some of these all the restriction that they tried to place on you, that's now their life, basically. They're in turmoil. Their anarchy is amongst themselves. Somebody's having nightmares. They're misinterpreting everything. They don't trust anybody. That's funny, isn't it? The same people that they bend over backwards for, they now don't trust. What made you think you could trust them in the first place? No matter what they said to you, you were just another pawn, in the grander scheme of things, basically. But on the flip side, for the collective, we've learned to see the light through our own shadows. And that's what God brought us here. So basically, that's like saying everything we was guided to do, or everything the Most High showed us, we never once questioned it. Even, for instance, if God was to say, you're doing something and you think everything's okay, and all of a sudden God would be like, change it up. Do you understand? Or something you might have been working on, and he might have just pulled it away from you, and you might have got upset. You should know that that wasn't meant for you. Do you understand? Or either that, or someone had already infiltrated that idea or that creation that you were trying to build, and he was planning on taking it away from you or stealing it from you in some way, shape, or form, right at the pivotal moment when it was going to come into fruition, or when it was about to blow up. Do you understand? So then he chose to just take it away from you, and then all of a sudden you would see other individuals doing exactly what you had thought about doing. Hello? He said parcel. It better be for me, because I don't want you bringing my bus to deliver parcels for other people. That's a bit rude. And then they just leave it downstairs. bit late in it for them to be delivering this. Yes. Oh, I've been waiting for this for so long. 3 at once. Awesome. Now, some of these delivery, and then they say, "Oh, this has been delayed, or we've had to send this back in XYZ. We've ordered a refund." I love getting parcels. Sorry about this. Sorry about this. But sorry, where was I? And I'm kind of distracted now because my parcels have come. What is the time? Damn, it's like 9 o'clock, guys. What are these people playing at? Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I actually thought it was some type of trick. I did, because that's happened before, where I don't know who it was, but I think it was a hit, an attempted assassination on me, because I've lived there for a certain amount of years, and generally the neighborhood to let you know, like, the comings and goings of this area. But then all of a sudden, one morning, and this is after, it's like I was given the heads up, basically, intuitively. But I feel like, nah, never listen. If your angels give you a download, don't question it. Don't ever question it. Because then they sit there and they'll wait. And if you mess up, that could have been your life gone. Do you understand? These people have already scoped you out. They know exactly who you are. They know exactly where you live. They know the exact comings and goings. In fact, for a lot of you, they've been watching you, not just through satellites. I even caught drones watching me. And the minute I grabbed my camera, my phone to take a picture, they zoomed away. Who does that? So yeah, let me just quickly tell you this story. And it was one Saturday morning. This is 2 attempts. One was on, I think it was a Wednesday. No, it wasn't Wednesday. Sorry, it was a Monday. One was on a Saturday. One was on a Monday. Yeah, I'll tell you now. The Saturday one was and it was quite early. It was around about 8, half 8. My buzzer rings, and because I know I wasn't expecting anybody, I thought, oh, maybe it's my daughter wanted to surprise me. So I'm not that stupid. I just gone to the buzzer to make sure who it is first. So I said, like, who is it? I didn't say, oh, is it so-and-so? I'm not that stupid. I just asked who it was. And then they kind of hesitated. They was like, oh, I can't remember what church, I don't know what church they came up with, yeah. But it just didn't feel right. I'm not stupid. And then he said, oh, we're from something like St. James's Church. And we'd like to know if you'd like to pray with us, or you want us to pray for you. And I was thinking, what kind of stupidness is that? First of all. Number two, it's not even 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning. Like, are you sitting now? I don't understand if they would say Jehovah's Witness, because that's the type of shit they do. But the minute they spoke, it didn't add up. And then I could hear somebody else in the background, like someone was trying to whisper. So I was polite. I said, no, thank you. So obviously, if they've asked me if I want them to pray for me, or if I want them to pray with them, whatever the case may be, just to get in the door, yeah, I'm now waiting to hear everybody else's buzzer go. Because these buzzers are loud. You got to remember, I know who's up and I know who's not. I ain't got no TV, and I don't watch TV. So you can hear everybody's buzzer. Not only that, anytime anybody opens their door, it rattles your door frame. So I just stood by my front door waiting to hear the woman opposite me, her buzzer go off, or even anybody else's buzzer for that matter. Nobody's buzzer went off. So I knew from that. Do you know what I mean? So then I ran to my balcony just to have a look to see if I can recognize any of them. But even though the road, both ends, is, unless you're in the car and it's parked right outside, I didn't even hear a car start. Whoever it was, they moved fast, because there's a big distance for you to get to the top of the road or the bottom of the road. Either way, you would have been seen. I didn't see nobody. So, as far as I'm concerned, they ran, or they went into the alcove, like the doorway bit of another block of flats down the road, to hide. Now, the second time was on a Monday afternoon. I'll never forget. And I usually go out around about that time anyway. really funny. But when that happened, that's when I was guided to change my plans. Basically, I believe they rang the buzzer just to check if I was in, and because the time it was, yeah, the tradesman button was active. It gets turned off at a certain time. Now nobody in this block of flats, only we know what time it goes off, yeah. So if you got visitors coming and you say to them, oh, because sometimes the buzzer does break, people's buzzers break, so they can just let themselves in for the tradesman button, yeah. Boom. Now, when they rang the buzzer, because I didn't answer straight away, but I did go to I looked at the balcony first, didn't see anybody, so I answered the phone intercom thing. Nobody answered. Do you understand? So I thought, but I just knew because I'm not stupid. Like literally, my intuition speaks to me. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm not going to say no more than that. So I've just sat down here, and I thought I timed it a certain time distance, and I got up super quick, and I've looked at the balcony. Now, if you're not up to no good, yeah, why would you be running down the road, literally squeezed up into the side of the wall? Do you understand? To try and make yourself look as discreet as possible. Yeah, I knew from that. But anyway, let me get on with these cards. Sorry. Right, where was we? I think we did the Ace of Cups, the Moon in reverse. We've done the Moon in reverse. That's like not only is the shit's been exposed, but the people that tried to put us in our shadows, not realizing we are the masters at both our light and dark energy. So more for you. Whereas some of you can only do it one at a time. We can do it two at a time. Do you understand? And that's called a powerful anointing. Don't believe me? Research it. I have no reason to lie. And then the next card out, we have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. And then we have Temperance in the upright. Yes, we're in our destiny, but we obviously understand that for us to actually see it in this realm, it takes timing, because obviously the devil's at work 24/7 trying to send people in to distract you, intercept you, this, that, and the third, knock you off your path, steal it from you, so forth and so forth. It's in the upright, so this is for the collective, which means your fourth chakra, you're in your full feminine energy. You know that you have everything you need within you. Do you understand? That's so nice. I know that it can't get no worse than it already has. So now, I know we've been held back for a lot of things, but now there's nothing there to hold us back. And if you feel like that, I'm telling you, that's you still being in that fight or flight mode. You know? I'm not saying let your guard down, don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is see it for what it is. You understand? The Temperance. The Fool has developed into an angel. And that's your seventh chakra, which means it's a death to all what you thought you knew, or all what you've been taught, which is, for some of us, this has been barely anything. So not only already in your Wheel of Fortune, it's still in the upright for us. These people want us to put us in an illusion to make us believe we're not living in it. How are we not living in it? Don't you notice how people interact or people stare at you? Don't you know how animals are attracted to you? Don't you see how everywhere you go, you're seeing rainbows, butterflies, all kinds of birds? That's a spiritual realm and letting you know we got you. Do you understand? You're safe. You're in your new beginning. Do you understand? Once you come out of that fight or flight mode, I know some of us have been like defensemen because we've always having to defend ourselves. I get that. But there's nothing these people can do. Even this next attempt, they might try some last-ditch attempt to do some big mass harvesting. I heard. I need to check the date on that one as well. So we've been advised not to go anywhere. Do you understand? And even to go as far as protecting yourself and putting up more boundaries. So I'm letting you know what I've been guided to tell you. And I won't say no more than that, purely because, like I said, you have people that just come into their life just to get information, thinking that they can try and use it against us. So you just remember to let things flow. You might, I was feeling some weird shifts and weird energies, but God is saying, don't fight against it because you're thinking that it's some type of attack. Is not. Do you understand? Is you being initiated into the energy, like going for that transformation of your higher self. Do you understand? So now you've been transitioned into the 5D. We're in the abundant energy. I've been noticed now people are like looking at you more. People wanted to speak to you more. People say hello to you more. I've been getting said that a lot. Do you know, a man stopped me the other day. I came out from my course last week, I think it was. I didn't say anything. I just kept to myself. I'm telling you now. And out of the blue, he just stopped me, goes, I know who you are. And I kind of was like, hey, and just for a laugh, I put my earphones out and I said, who am I? And he went, you are a spiritual healer. I can see it. I can see your wings. And you know what? I was so surprised because God did tell me, gave me a download, and he said, someone's going to recognize you. But he didn't say when, who, or where. And he said, that should be your confirmation. And that's the first thing I remembered. But I was told this, I think it was maybe the end of last year, beginning of this year. Yes. And then literally it happened last week. And this man knew. Do you know what he said to me? Your energy is so powerful. Keep it pure. And I said, don't worry, I am. And he was going, oh, no, have you noticed how everybody's attracted to you? Have you noticed how people just start talking to you randomly out the blue? He said, babies love you and animals protect you. He said, have you been seeing loads of different birds? I said, yeah, why? He said, do you always see insects all around you anywhere you go on any type of green, or if you go into a park? I said, yeah, I've noticed that. And I don't see them flying or crawling on anybody else or anybody else trying to swat anything off of them. But yes, he said, you're vibrating super high, basically. He said, you are a magnet. How he was speaking to me, I knew, because I didn't tell him that I already know. Do you understand? I just gone like, oh, is it really? Oh, you think so? And obviously he gave me his advice and obviously a few suggestions. I'm not going to go into that because that's personal. And like I said, you can't share everything with everybody because not everybody has the right intentions for you. But it literally confirmed what the Most High already told me. Literally. But like we do, the minute we get told anything, we expect it right away. No, it doesn't work like that. It's always in divine timing. The timing's got to be right. So anytime I was going out, anytime I left my front door, put it up. Anytime I left my front door, it's like I shifted my focus because I'm thinking to myself, when am I going to meet this person? Just on the third. Yeah. And I think me putting myself in that kind of energy, I think God just made me wait even more. He wanted me to get the information, put it to the side, and carry on with my focus, but I didn't. I made that my focus. Do you understand? So that's why he made me wait even longer. He did. Do you know what I mean? Not saying I never doubted it, but I expected it to happen straight away. It doesn't work like that. So, do you know what I mean? So it gave me a better understanding. But it's the same thing he said as well. I can see your wings. But it just felt nice that someone recognized you. Imagine a total stranger. I noticed this man before, and I don't know this man from a can of paint, but he recognized my energy. Do you understand? He told me who I was. I already know who I was, who I am, man. But he told me who I was. So that tells me these people knew all along. Do you understand? They've been trying to dim my light because my light irritates their demons, and that's not my fault. Do you understand? I don't go on hurting people or harming people or making people feel like shit. I don't do that. Even at my lowest, I didn't do that to people. I still gave or still supported and helped people when I didn't even have it to give. And that was also a test, God told me. He said he was testing me too. And so was the devil. Do you understand? And I never sold my morals. Regardless of these people secretly was filming me and selling it on the dark web or selling it to little coven friends, don't worry, you're going to pay for that, because your karmic has done the exact same thing to you. They've exposed all your little secrets, and they also have very private, intimate recordings of you that I know they're blackmailing you with it. But I'm not who I say I am, right? Okay. Then how did I know? Oh, how did I know? Is there anything else I need to add before I close this out, Spirit, and open up my parcels? I don't even know what it is. I've ordered so many things. I'm excited to find out. I kind of got a bit carried away. Well, not in a good way, because the things that I need. Do you understand? Where usually I got to wait and save up and take months on end to purchase it. And by the time I saved up the money to purchase it, after time they sold out. So at least now I can get more things at one time at a bargain price, which is good. So yes, but is there anything else you want me to add with the collective before I disappear for the evening? So now your PC has been dismantled from my account, and you will be dismantled from my YouTube also. So you continue to be the only person hiding on my lives. Do you understand? Listen to this. Clink, clink. That's all I'm going to say. Clink, clink. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. Clink, clink. And that's to the karmic family members too. And the karmic ex-siblings. Because you ain't no bloodline of mine. Ain't no bloodline of mine, and I'm glad. And I hope you enjoyed fornicating with my leftovers. Yeah. Was I supposed to be upset? Nah. Because that's what you've always done anyway. Any more closing out messages, Spirit? Oh. Huh? The Fool card in the upright. That's okay. Seven of Swords in the reverse. Seven of Swords in the reverse. I said the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Seven of Swords in the reverse. I said the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Ooh! Seven of Swords in the reverse. The Fool card in the upright. That means your adventure begins right now, yesterday, or maybe even the day before. Yeah, it's your first chakra. So I think is that the red one is, I'm quite sure the red one is your root chakra, isn't it? Yeah, because it's your root chakra, because the purple one is the crown chakra. Yeah, and that's your head, isn't it? And then the brow chakra is between your eyes, and the throat chakra is the blue one. So that's the message. Whatever you speak it into existence. And this is why I don't like to say certain things, because I predict things, I will speak shit into existence. Don't play with me. But you did. Now you must pay the price. So it's about your connection to the earth. I've noticed that as well. Do you know, I don't like being on concrete. It's really weird. I don't like it. Usually I used to live in my shoes, live in my socks. Do you know what I mean? Always have my feet covered. I don't like it. It feels uncomfortable. I love running my feet through the earth. I love running my hands on different trees, touching different leaves. Do you know what I mean? Going to different greeneries. It's like I feel at peace, solace. Do you know the best energy you can get is meditating on the grass? I promise you. I have not felt power like it. Literally, it's like you just feel energized. And then when you don't go out there, it's like, if I don't go out, you see like how, you know what? You see like how people, well, how an addict would be for like alcohol or heroin. That's what I'm like for the earth. That's the best way I can describe it. Literally. Like when it rains, I'm vexed. In fact, I still went out on the grass. But I'd warn you to be careful with that, because even though it is good for you, I get that. But um it gave me nail fungi, because I rubbed my feet into the mud. But I liked it though. I'm not gonna lie, I liked it. I know it sounds nasty. I don't care. I liked it. I felt the urge. I felt this deep urge to scrunch my feet up. You know, like how you would scrunch up your feet in like a nice fluffy carpet. Do you know what I mean? It was like that, but it was the earth. And I dug my toes into I actually felt the mud, and I squeezed it between my toes, and I swear to you, it felt so good. I can't really describe the sensation of it, but I promise you, that's the best natural energy source I've ever felt. And every time I touch the grass, I'm looking for that same feeling that I got when I did that. But I know there's complications to that, in the sense of, like I said, it can cause you to get a nail fungi, or it could have been sporadic. I don't know, but I just thought it was that because it happened at the same time. So I might experiment and try it again after it's rained. I think the energy is more potent then than when it's, even though you still get energy when it's dry. I think you get the best mineral source through your feet, because the feet is the root to your soul. And when you step on it, I think you also absorb it quicker and easier. If that makes any sense. It's like having an injection. When you stand on the grass when after it's rained and dig your feet in the soil, it's just like when they inject pain relief into your vein, and you get that relief. It's literally like that. I can literally relate it to a drug, but a natural, healthy drug is the earth. Do you understand? You're one with nature. This is where we came from. Energy, energy at its highest form, energy at its most potent form. Not from these. This is why I don't eat certain things neither. Do you understand? That's the shit that gives you illnesses. And if you would have known me a couple of years ago, 10 sugars in my tea, bars of chocolate, cakes, ice cream, biscuits, crisps. Listen, I was eating gatos for breakfast. Yeah, not anymore. So, yeah, your adventure has begun. You're back to where you should have been. So, you've been given a fresh start. So, not only have you been rejuvenated by the Most High, you've been reinvented by the Most High. And that's because you let go and you gave it to God. You allowed God to guide you. You didn't question anything. Yeah, you might have bitched and moaned when shit took too long, or you didn't understand about divine timing, but God wanted you. It had to happen this way in order for you to not only see who you are, see who those people were that you believed held the same qualities as you did. These same people you believed held the same loyalties as you did. And guess what? It's like you got karate chopped in your throat, because they showed you exactly who they were. Every single, even the ones you least expected. Yeah, they sure did. How was that for an analogy? Do you know what? Saying that just kind of made me hot and flustered. Collective, 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 collective. And then we have, what did I say to you as well? What was I saying to you about divine? Do you know what we just got now? We've got the Seven of Swords in the reverse, yeah? And that's your lesson in universal impatience. What did I say to you about not understanding the timing of divine timing? Because you're seeing it through your perception. That's where you mess up. You got to see it through God's perception. You got to learn it through God's perception. How things have to come down certain timelines in order to evolve or even manifest into your reality. But you expect it like this. You was kind of seeing the world the same way how these people were selling a soul for instant gratification, which was short-lived. Do you understand? But they don't want to do the work. Same kind of thing, but yeah, Seven of Swords. That's just basically saying that the universe will give you everything you want, anything that you're energetically, whatever energy you're emanating at, that's what the universe is going to give you, basically. But you don't have to take it. So at the same time, we all have to go through the dark night of the soul, but that's something you cannot remove because it's part of you. The only difference is because of our path and our destiny, basically, because of what we came here to do, we can hold both light and dark energy. Do you understand? Just like how these people sell their soul and make offerings to the demons, we have demons in realms that protect us. Do you understand? Like we could give them, just like when they send demons to you, you can order that demon to go right back where they came from because you have that authority. That's what they don't want you to know. So when that demon goes back to them and writes them off and is like, hold on a minute, this is part of my lineage. I work for these individuals, these energetic beings, because that's their ranking. Had you done the work, you would have increased your spiritual ranking because you've done the work. You went for that torment. You did the dark night of the soul. And that shit was not easy. Some people didn't make it out of that shit. But you know what? That was like hell on earth. But I went through it knowing that God would not put me through anything that would destroy me. He would not do that. And that's why, because I trusted him wholeheartedly, more than I trusted anything in my whole entire existence. Do you understand? So yeah, that's what that means. So you have the power of both. Do you know what I mean? You have the fear of the unknown, and you have the courage in fearlessness. Because don't get it twisted. Before you realize you even had that fearlessness, you had to find it because everybody else was taking it from you as a child. Until you got to the point where enough was enough. And here you are. And that's what I'm going to say on that one because I need to open up these parcels. I'm dying to know what's in my parcels. That was a good one, though. I hope I was able to articulate it as possible or as good as I could for you to understand, because I know I was never taught nothing but lies. So I hope you was able to basically get what I was putting down. So yeah, I'm glad I did actually. I've not done it. Well, I have done it. Look at me. I've just not done it for the public. I've done it for myself. Yeah, and then they decided to hack my account. But it's fine. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, give me a like, give me a share, leave a comment or not. But yeah, stay tuned.
Giving away cash, we're giving away. Hey, what's up? I'm talking to you. Yeah? You're watching this video because the algorithm found you. You have the same calling as me.
Do I? You have the same calling as me. Do I? 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 And it's really funny how it's only after certain lives that they start to do all this bullshit. But yeah.
Be careful when choosing NMN supplements. Quality matters. On one side, you have pure products. On the other side, you have ones filled with additives. Many people fall for the latter. I recommend doing your research. I rely on Well Edgeness NMN, known for having 99% pure NMN, plus it's UK-based. My workouts improve system better. This is because NMN is a precursor to boosting NAD in our body. This is essential for cell reparation, which has a direct impact on how we look and feel internally and externally. And here's the best part: Well Edgeness has free shipping for the next.
Oh damn! I forgot. 1 hour's finished now, anyway. So there you go.